I just looked back at that video and I realized that that hair thing was really stupid. So let's just go ahead and watch this video and disregard my hair thing. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Hey everyone, welcome back. It is my Friday favorites and flops. I have a few flops for you guys and just three products that I've really been using a lot this week. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. I did get a lot of requests from last week to do the orange eyeshadow look that I had on in that video, so I think I'm going to do that video next. But I wanted to get up a favorites for this week, so happy Good Friday. I'm actually filming this on Friday because I wasn't sure if I was gonna get a video up this week. So these are like my tried and true products, and I don't know what I'm doing here. Again, it's another hair thing that I was just like, let me try something different. I got this like really cute little orange headband. I don't even know how to wear it, but we're gonna wear it anyways. Okay, I'm gonna start off with the bronzer that I've been loving. I love this Becca bronzer. It is something that I had never picked up or put on until I was cleaning out some of my drawers this week, and I came across it and I was like, oh, I don't feel like getting another bronzer out. It was kind of just sitting there for me to like give away, honestly. And I just didn't feel like digging through my drawers to find a bronzer in that second. So I just went from the pile that I was going to give away, and I'm like, let me just try this out. So this is the color of it, and it's called Ipanema Sun. I know I'm saying that wrong. The Sunlit Bronzer. It's really a nice color. Initially I thought it was going to be too dark for my skin, but I do have a little bit of a self tan happening, so I think maybe that is why it works. So there is the shade right there. I really like it. I just use like a dual fiber brush and sort of just buff it in, and I think it's really pretty, especially coming into the summer. The formula of these is just very like, it's very mineralized. It brings a lot of like warmth to the face. I've been going back and forth through MAC's Gimme Sun, which I love that bronzer so much. But I've been using that a ton, and then this. So between those two, they're very similar. I would say MAC's Gimme Sun is a little bit more orangey-ish warm. Whenever I have a self tan, MAC's Gimme Sun works well, but this has been the go-to this week. Okay, I've heard so much about these concealers from e.l.f. that I decided to pick one up. I found mine at Ulta. I couldn't find it at Target, at the local Target near me. So it's a 16-hour camo concealer. These are similar, I've heard, to Shape Tape. I actually didn't love Shape Tape. I felt like it was extremely drying under my eyes after a while. At first I liked it, but then after a while I was like, I don't think this is the best for me. But it does have a giant doe foot applicator like Shape Tape does. The funny thing about this is I ended up getting two colors because the lightest color that I got was like a fair that looked way too light, and then even the lights looked light. So I ended up getting medium sand, and that's this one right here, and it actually is pretty light still, but it works. This is just a really nice formula that I would say sort of blends down to a very powdery finish quickly, but it doesn't show creases or anything like that, and I just use a tiny dot, two dots right under my eyes right here, and sort of just blend it out with the warmth of my finger and also a beauty blender or like a beauty sponge. I've really liked this. I haven't found that it needs too much setting. I just like light dusting of powder works enough, and I showed my favorite powder, I think in my last video. The Urban Decay, the Luminoso powder has been my go-to, so I just set that with a little bit of that, and I like it, and it's super affordable. So if you haven't tried out the e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealers, definitely try them out. But just a warning, the shades run really light. So medium sand is the one I find works for me, and I think I could even go a shade darker. Okay, the last favorite. I know, crazy. So I got this signature palette in Radiant Eyes from OFRA. Now I do have an OFRA discount code if you're going to purchase it through the OFRA website. I think it's just Mrslolalynn, and I believe that gives you 10% off. I'm not quite sure, but I will leave that code link down below. This palette is so beautiful. It's all shimmer shades, but I've been using this deep dark brown shade all over my lid every single day. So I just put that all over my lid, and I use like a fluffy brush, like a MAC 225. No, that's the wrong one. Is it a MAC 225? Yes, or a Sigma E25. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, just a fluffy blender brush, and I pack that all over the lid and kind of buff it in as I'm doing it, and then buff it into the crease. And then I've been using this shade right next to it as the highlight. So I think that the shade is Bohemian, is the middle one. The shade next to this is Plastic. So Bohemian, and it's like a very cool tone, bronzy brown shade. And then this is just such a pretty pigmented shade. So I really, really like this because it just gives like a nice depth to the eye without being too much. So then I just kind of smoke out a little liner on my upper lash line, and that's it. And it's so easy. And then I put this shade a little bit in the inner corner and on my brow bone, and it's such a nice look. So this palette is really beautiful. Let me swatch some of the other shades in it for you. You have this like really pretty rusty color. Then you have this more champagne shade, which is beautiful as well. Here, I'll swatch that champagne shade. Whoa, I was sleeping on that. Holy crap. I don't think I've swatched or used that one. And then there is a gold shade. Whoa. Okay, you guys have to get this palette. Like, look at those. Look at the champagne shade right here and the gold shade. So just an absolutely gorgeous eyeshadow palette. And the formula of these is really beautiful. And like I said, I've literally worn it probably 4 days in a row, which for me, that's a lot. Like 4 days in a row, it's a super easy look, and like I said, I feel like it takes me no time at all, and then it still looks put together. I've had a lot of people ask me like, what's on my eyes, and it's been that every single time if I'm doing anything on like Instagram or anything. So those are my favorites from the week. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have some of your favorites, leave them down below. I did post a what I eat in a day video earlier this week, so if you are interested in that, check that out. And I'm going to continually do these because a lot of people have said that they are just curious. They're like, what am I eating in a day? And I always like watching those types of videos. So I'm gonna have more of those on my channel. Anyways, please subscribe before you leave, and I will see you all in the next video. Mwah.